Hello everyone, this is Shivakumar from Delhi Public School, Bhimavaram. Today I am here to teach a new science concept from the class 9. Okay, before going to learn a new science concept, first let us know what is science. Okay. Everyone might have seen in daily life about this lightning and rainbow and melting of ice and ripening of fruits. So, have you ever wondered how the lightning is happening, how the rainbows we are getting from in the sky, how the melting of ice is happening, and how the fruits are ripening by itself? Have you ever asked question by yourself that how it's happening? So, for all your questions, the answer was given by the science, the subject called science. Science means it is a subject which deals about the nature by observation and experimentation. So many people having misconception that science means always it is involving in experimentation, but it is not. Science is also involving in observations also. For example, our ancient Indians, those who have not performed experiments also, they have given some generalizations. For example, they have generalized that there are 9 planets which are existing in the space. Okay, same thing in modern scientists also, by using the experimentation and by using the instrumentation also, they found the 9 planets. So it is not like that. Science always involving in the experimentation, but whenever it is experiments are involving, there is a involvement of observation. So don't think that always science is involving in the experimentation. So now science means it is about a study of our nature by using observations and experimentation. Okay. Now, why should we study science? Is there any need of studying science? Do you know that? So, if you want to know that why should we study science, you have to come back to your daily life. Okay. Now you may be watching the videos in your phone or in your TV around, as well as if now you are traveling from one place to another place without getting tired by using the motorcycles or aeroplanes or buses. So from where you are getting, how you are getting this type of comfortableness? So because we are started studying the science from the nature, then we got this type of comfortableness. So there are 3 types of uses which always science is playing in human life. Those are: first, science helps us to understand ourselves, which means that if you want to know how our food is digesting in our body, means it is like understanding ourselves. So science plays a major role in understanding ourselves, and science is also helps us to understand our environment. For example, if you want to know what may be happening in the next month, what may be the weather, what may be the climate in the next month, so we have to study that environment. So how can we study? By using this science. And third one, science is playing in daily life to giving the comfortableness. For as I mentioned before, if you want to travel from one place to another place in the short time, we have to use the aeroplane if you want to save the time. If you don't want to save the time, you can use a bicycle or motorcycle. So depending on our situations, we are changing. And nowadays you people are also started talking in the mobile phones, because before that we used to send a post letters which is to take so many days to reach your relatives or your parents. But nowadays what happened, within fraction of seconds we are going to reach our parents or relatives or friends by using the cell phone or computer, whatever it is. Now science also playing a major role in daily life, okay, to satisfy our comfortableness. Now science can be broadly divided into 3 categories at secondary level. Those are: biology, chemistry, and physics. What do you mean by biology and physics and chemistry? What are these things? These 3 are the 3 different branches which can be divided science at secondary level. So biology means it is a branch of science which deals about life about the living organisms. For example, how much lifespan of human, how much lifespan of other animals. So what is happening in our body, what is happening in other animals' bodies. So this everything deals by biology. When you comes to the physics, it always deals about the physical phenomena. Like if you want to know how the light is traveling from one place to another place, if you want to know how the sound is traveling from one place to another place, what may be the phenomena existing behind the light traveling, and what is the process when you are changing the frequency of the sound, deals by physics. Now if you want to know about chemistry, what is chemistry? Chemistry means it always studies about the matter. It always studies about the matter and its properties. Matter and its properties. Chemistry means it is always studies about properties of matter. So, see, listen, the chemistry actually it has come from the Arabic word known as alchemia. What is this? What is the meaning of alchemia? It is art of an transformation. Art of an transformation. What is this transformation? Transformation means it's changing from one form to the another form. So this is known as alchemia. So chemistry deals about how the art of transformation is happening in a daily life. So this is about the chemistry. So as I mentioned, chemistry is the study of matter, its properties and its structures. What is these properties and structures? For example, if you want to know the properties of any matter, like how much size it is having, how much mass it is having, so that is studied by the chemistry. And if you want to know what is the structure of the given crystal, what may be the molecular structure of the given substance, that also studied by the chemistry. Why should we study chemistry? If you don't study the chemistry, what happens to the humans? Is it necessary to the chemistry? Yes. Answer is that we should study the chemistry because nowadays we are suffering with the COVID-19, where so many scientists are studying about this coronavirus to discover the vaccine. So how can you discover the vaccine? First you should study about the structures of that coronavirus, then we have to discover the vaccines, what type of structure of vaccine can be cure this COVID-19, and what kind of chemical I should use to cure this COVID-19. So what can I tell that this chemistry, studying of the chemistry also plays a major role in our daily life. Not only this vaccines and all, there is a fertilizer, what type of chemical is added to the fertilizers to grow the plants more and more, and what type of chemicals I should add to the fertilizers to make plants healthy, what type of medicine I should give to the fever person. So these all things comes under the chemistry. So chemistry also plays a main role in the daily life, like for discovering of the vaccines or discovering of the fertilizers, to improve our daily life. These all comes under chemistry. So as I mentioned that chemistry means it is a study of the matter, So this matter can be used in two different situations. First, the matter which is used in the daily language, like what is the matter, means it means that it is telling about some information. But when it comes to the matter in our scientific language, it is having the different meaning. What is that meaning? Means the matter always having the matter, if you are using in the chemistry language or any scientific language, matter means it is having which are having the mass and which is occupying the space is known as the matter. For example, if you see these examples, humans, water, inflated balloon, cot, blood, oxygen cylinder. These are all things you might be observing in everyday life. What is that? Humans, water, inflated balloon, cot, blood and oxygen cylinder. So out of all these examples, you can find out one similar characteristics, which are, what is that? These all examples are having the mass, and these all things can occupy the space. Not only these things, the which you are watching, the TV which you are watching, the mobile which you are watching also having some mass. By holding your hand, you can feel that. It is also, the mobile which you are watching videos is also having the mass, and it is also occupying some space in your hand. So we can tell that the mobile is also example for the matter because it is having the mass and occupying the space. So what can we tell in scientific language? Matter means which can occupy the space and having the mass. So today, why can't we learn about this matter? What are the properties of the matter? Why can't we learn about this matter? So broadly, matter can be divided into two categories in modern days. But you know that our ancient Indians are also having this so much of scientific knowledge without any experimentations. Only they are having the scientific knowledge maximum by using the observation. As I mentioned before, science not only involves in experimentation, but it is also involves in the observation. By using those observations, our modern our early Indian philosophers classified this matter into five types. That we can call in Sanskrit Pancha Bhut or Pancha Tattva. They have classified these five matters by using the observations in daily life. They did not do any experimentation. They observed the nature. As I know, one thing I can tell that the best science teacher in the world is the nature, because everything which we are observing is from the nature only, and nature is also trying to give a scientific knowledge to the humans. Nature knows how many legs I should give to the humans, how many hands I should give to the humans, how many legs I should give to the other animals, how many organs it is needed to live a human. So these all things the nature knows. Even nature knows what and all proteins I should give, what and all hormones I should give to different types of animals. So because nature is the big scientist, and nature is the good scientist and big scientist, and nature is the best science teacher in the world. So they observed that nature. Our early Indian philosophers observed that nature, and they classified into the matter into the five categories. First one is air, second one is earth, third one is fire, fourth one is sky, and fifth one is water. So these are known as the different states of matter according to our early Indian philosopher. I am not going to tell that whatever they have discovered are wrong, but I am going to compare the early Indians states of matter with the modern scientists. So when it comes to the modern scientists, they have classified the matter by using the two properties known as physical properties and chemical properties. So states of the matter can be divided in a modern days into two categories on the basis of physical and the basis of chemical. So today we are going to learn about what are the different states of matter existing in the world. Today our lesson is what are the different states of matter existing on the earth. According to early Indian philosophers, matter can be divided into five. What are those? Air, water, fire, sky, and earth. According to our modern scientists, they have divided matter on the basis of two properties. First one is physical properties. Physical properties and chemical properties. So what are these physical and chemical properties? What do you mean by physical properties and what do you mean by chemical properties? Physical properties means it tells about how much size the matter is having, how much volume the matter is occupying, what is the color of the matter, what are the sizes of the matter. This all comes under the physical properties. And when it comes to the chemical properties, it deals about intrinsic properties, like what is the reaction between the two compounds when you are adding both. What is the chemical composition of the given element, what is the chemical composition of the given mixture. This all comes under the chemical properties. Now before going to learn about chemical properties, first let us learn about how can we classify the states of matter by using the physical properties. So modern Indians, they have classified the matter by using the physical properties into five states of matter. First one is solid. On the basis of physical properties, first one is solid, second one is liquid, third one is gas, fourth one is plasma, fifth one is Bose-Einstein condensate. So you might be knowing solid, liquid, gas. what about these two different states of matter? Okay, these two different states of matter were found out in the recent days, but before that they have classified into the three states of matter in the past. Means it is 100 years back or 200 years back. Generally the modern scientists classified the matter on the basis of physical into three: solid, liquid and gas. But when it comes to the 20th century, modern scientists, okay, they have done the few more experiments and they have found the two more new states of matter. Those are known as plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. So today first let us learn about the solid, liquid, gas, plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate, on the how the different states of matter is having different properties. So after that we will go for the chemical nature of the matter. Okay, so what is this solid? Solid means, always you will be having in your mind that solid means it is having a more hardness than the liquids and gas. So how this solid is having the more hardness? How liquid is, why liquid is more not harder than the solid? Why gases are not harder than the solid? Why we should use the solid for the constructions of any home or constructions of anything in the around the world? Why can't we use the liquids and gases for the constructions? Why? What may be the reason why the solid is only having the hardness? Why can't the others? So for these questions we have to first study the properties of each and every matter, then we will answer all our questions. Now when it comes to the solid, okay, yeah, before going to learn about solid, let us learn what may be the properties of each and every matter will be having in common. Means all the matter will be having some common characteristics to each and every one. So first one is, matter is made up of the particles. Matter is made up of the particles. Okay, what is this particle? Particles means it is the smallest unit of the anything. Like for example, if I observe chalk piece, if I observe a chalk, if I divide into small pieces, you might be observing a small particles, okay, which are combined to form a chalk. So like that, each and every matter, not only chalk piece, not only solid state, even liquid or gas also having a small particles and they combine to form a matter. Now second one, so matter is made up of particles. Second one, the particles of matter are very small. How much small it is? They are small beyond our imaginations, okay, beyond our imaginations, because if you observe carefully, whenever you are adding a Dettol drop into the bucket of water, within fraction of second, even though the volume of the Dettol drop is smaller than the bucket of water, okay, the Dettol can spread all over the bucket of water. How can it is possible? Because the Dettol drop, which is having the millions of the small particle which are beyond our imaginations, okay, all the particles which are there in the Dettol drop are going to the spread all over the bucket of water. So we will be getting that smell of the Dettol from each and every drop of the water in the bucket. So the particles of matter are very small and they are beyond our imagination. Here one more point also there, matter is also continuously moving. If you keep the Dettol drop in the bucket, or if you keep any ink, red or blue ink drop inside the bucket of water, if you don't mix it also, continuously it starts flowing inside that bucket of water, then it's after long time or within 2 to 3 hours, it starts mixing with the bucket of water, even though you don't mix it. Why? Because the matter, the particles which are there in that liquid state, means normally ink will be there in the liquid state, no? So the particles, the ink particles which are there in that drop of ink starts moving inside the bucket of water. So matter also starts continuously moving, okay, not only liquid. If you take the gas, okay, if you go and stand outside of your home, you might be observing the cool breezing traveling from one place to another place. How it's possible? Because matters is having a characteristics that they are continuously moving from one place to another place. Now particles of matter have this space in between them. How can we explain about this? How can you get this particles of matter having space in between them. If you take any bowl of water, if you take the one beaker of water, now if you start mixing the water with the salt, now please observe carefully. Now I have taken the water in the beaker and 1 spoon of the salt. Now I am going to mix in this. Okay. Now are you, after dissolving it into this water which is there in the beaker, now where this salt is going? Are you able to observe the salt? Where it has gone? Is it evaporated? No, because I did not heat it. Just I mixed it for 2 to 3 minutes. It has completely dissolved in this water. Where these salt particles might have gone inside this beaker without doing any magic. So what I mean to say that each matter is also having this space in between in between them. Okay, in between the two molecules or in between the two elements. Okay, so in between that space, if I take the water, since it is having the space in between two water molecules, when I added this salt into that beaker of water, okay, when I mix it, it starts dissolve and it starts entering to that space and it started filling that space. So you can tell that the matter is also having this space in between them. Now particles of matter attract each other. Particles of matter attract each other. So what do you mean by this attraction? What happens if the particles of matter are not attracting each other? Attraction means that two molecules are coming to each other, like they are coming together. Okay, they are attracting and they are combining each other. Okay, so if it is not happening, what happens? You might not be observing any matter, okay, around the world, because if it is attracting only, we can feel the solid as a hardness. You can feel liquid and flowing. If there is no attraction between the two water molecules or no attraction between two solid molecules, we cannot feel those type of the states of matter. So particles of matter attract each other, like how two magnets are attracting each other. Like that, there will be force of attraction between the two in each and every states of matter. That how much force of attraction will be there, that depends on the different states of the matter. That will be different in solid, that force is different in liquid, that will be different in gas. So according to our states of matter only, this force of attraction is differing. Okay, these are the common characteristics of the matter on the basis of physical nature. Because why I am telling these are the different characteristics of matter on the physical nature, if you observe, it is telling about size. Here it is telling about the space, how much space it is there. So these all comes under the physical properties. Here it is not telling that this much composition is having by the solid and all. So those comes under the chemical compositions. But when you observe these 4 points, these all are telling about the physical properties. Okay. Now these all are common characteristics to the each and every state of matter. Now what are the different characteristics which different states of matter is having? Let us discuss now. Now first we will be going to discuss about the solid. What are the characteristics that solid is having? Now let us discuss it. Okay, solid state. If you observe this beaker, which is very hard, not very hard, it is just hard. If you observe that it is having a fixed shape and definite volume, because this each and everything is this solid is having definite shape as well as having the definite volume. If you observe anything, if you observe this tiller, if you observe this chalk piece, if you observe your water bottle, if you observe a TV, whatever it is, each and every, if you observe your cot which you are sleeping, if you observe your chair which you are sitting on every day in your home, also having the definite shape, not different, definite shape means a fixed shape, and also having the fixed volume. Okay, so each and every solid state is having the fixed state and fixed volume. Now second one, intermolecular distance are less. What is this intermolecular distance? Okay, it is not like, it is like the distance between the two molecules, anything, any molecule. For example, if I take this chalk paste, okay, the distance between the two molecules are known as intermolecular distance. Intermolecular distance means 2, in between the two. Always you will be using this in daily life also. Inter-college championship or inter-school championship, intercontinental championship. What is this meaning? Inter means between two colleges or two schools. Okay, like that. Intermolecular distances means between the two molecules. That distance is known as intermolecular distance. Okay, if you take in solid, this intermolecular distance is very less. Means that distance between the two molecules is very less. Why? Because of this reason only, solids are harder than the liquids and gases. Maximum solids are harder than this liquid and gas. Why? Because the intermolecular distances are very less. What happens if intermolecular distance are not, if it is not less, what happens? Because the force of attraction will be very less. If the intermolecular distance is more, means less, the force of attraction will be more, because no distance will be less. If intermolecular distances are more, the distance between two molecules increases. The distance between these two chalk piece molecules are increases, means the force of attraction will be decreasing. So you will not be feel the solids as a hard substance. But if it is just to compare this with the two magnets. For example, if you take two magnets, if you reduce this distance between two magnets, okay, you can feel somewhat strong force in between them. If you increase the two magnets, the distance between two magnets, what happens? The force of attraction will be very less, then no longer to attract it. So like that, apply same concept in the solid. The distance between two molecules are very less. That is, intermolecular force are very not intermolecular force, intermolecular distances are very less. So only we are feeling solids are harder substance. So as I mentioned that if intermolecular distances are very less, okay, the force of attraction will be more. The force of attraction will be more because it is having the less distance. It is having the less distance. Like magnets, I explained now, if the distance between the two magnets are less, the force of attraction will be more. If the force of attraction will be less if the distances are more between the two magnets. Apply same concept. If the intermolecular distances are less, automatically the force of attraction between the two solid molecules will be more. So according to that, the strong intermolecular force exists in between the two molecules because the distance will be very less. Now when it comes to the fourth one, less compressibility. What is this less compressibility? What do you mean by this compressibility? So compressibility means how much amount of volume you are going to reduce by applying a force. Like now I am going to take this syringe. I am going to take a syringe which is having a solid substance chalk in it. Now I want to reduce the size of the chalk piece by applying the force. Okay, now I applied the force, applying the more force, but it is not going to reduce its size. Means it is not able to compress. It is not able to compress even though I am applying the force on it. So why it is not compressing? Because the force of attraction is more and the distance between the two molecules are very less. Because of that reason, it is having the hardness. So even though I am able to I am applying the force on it, but it is not going to compress it. See how much our size it is, even though I am applying the force, it is not able to compress. So always remember that compressibility is inversely proportional to the force. How much our force you are applying, that is inversely proportional to the compressibility. Here on solids I am applying the more force to the compress it. So as I mentioned, it is inversely proportional to the compressibility. Since I am applying more force on this chalk paste, okay, according to that relation between force and compressibility, so the solids will be having the less compressibility. So these are the some characteristics of the solid. Okay, whatever is solid you take, this all characteristics will be there for each and every solid, but the hardness may differ from one solid to another solid, because some sponges will be there, some matrices will be there which are not hard, will be feeling the soft. Okay, that hardness will be differ from the one solid to the another solid, but these all things will be common in each and every solid. Okay, now after the solid, let us learn about the liquid. Let us learn about the liquid. Liquid means, the best example for liquid state which you will be observing in your daily life is water. Water is the example for the liquid state. So as you see that now this liquid is not having any shape. If you take this liquid in this beaker, it may be having the shape of the beaker. For if you take the same water, if you take the same water in the water bottle, this liquid is having the shape of the water bottle. So that liquid is not having the definite shape, it is not having the fixed shape. Whatever containing, if you take, that liquid state is going to, okay, it is going to fix that shape. Like if I am taking this in this 100 ml beaker, it is okay, fixing it that shape of this beaker. If I am going to take in the water bottle, it is fixing the shape of the water bottle. So no fixed shape for the liquid, because it always take the shape of the container, and but having the definite volume. Volume means how much mass it is, how much, okay, it is the amount, how much amount it is. Like 100 ml if you take, that is the volume of the water. So you can measure it. We can measure the liquid by taking one in the liters or what milliliters, whatever it is. So it is having the definite volume, definite volume. So second one, intermolecular distances are moderate. What is this meaning of the moderate? What is the meaning of the moderate? It is not not more, it is not less, it is in the middle. The moderate meaning is middle. It is not having the more intermolecular distance, it is not having the less intermolecular distance, but it is having the moderate, means medium. The intermolecular distances are medium. So since the intermolecular distance is not less, the force of attraction will not be strong. Means the force of attraction will be strong if the intermolecular distance is less, as I mentioned in the solid state. But here it is not a less intermolecular distance, it is moderate intermolecular distance. So what happens automatically, that when the distance increases, the force of attraction will be decreasing, as I mentioned by the example of magnets. If you take, the distance will be increasing, means the force of attraction continuously it decreases. Okay, but here the intermolecular distance increases. Okay, slightly it is increased from the solids, so the intermolecular force also decreases, but the intermolecular force which is present in the liquid is weaker than in the solids, but it is stronger than the gases. Okay, since it is in the middle, it is not having more strong intermolecular forces, it is not having less intermolecular forces, so it is in the middle. So what I can tell, that what we can tell, the weak intermolecular forces exist than the solids, but it is stronger than the gases. It is stronger than the gases. Compressibility is also moderate, means if I take this syringe, if I take the water in the syringe, okay, now I have taken the water in the syringe. So as I mentioned, that compressibility means how much force you are applying on the state of matter in order to reduce its volume. Okay, as I have applied on the force on the chalk paste in order to reduce the volume of the chalk paste. Okay, like that. Now I am going to apply the force on the water which is there in the liquid state. So it is coming out. Okay, it is coming out. So I can able to compress it. But I am applying little bit less force than the solid. Okay, less force than the solid. So we can tell that the compressibility in the liquids are more than the solid, but less than the gases. Why? Because Why it is less compressibility than the gases? Because if I taken out this water, now it is not, okay, there is no liquid is there in this water, sorry, there is no liquid state in this syringe. But if I close it, that air will be there in this syringe. So I can easily compress it. I can easily compress it because the compressibility is high in the gases. Air means it is a gaseous state, so it is having the more compressibility. So I can tell that liquids are having the more compressibility than the solids, and it is lesser than the gases. Now last one is density lower than the solids and diffuse. What is this density and diffusion? Density means how much mass is existing per unit volume. How much mass is existing per unit volume. So if you take any stone, if you throw that stone in the water, what happens? Automatically it dips into that, because it is occupying the more mass per the volume, so only it is dipping inside the water. But whereas liquid is having the lower density than the solid, because it is not a hard substance. The mass per volume, the occupying of mass per volume is lesser than the solid. So this is having the lower density than the solid. But diffusion is more. What is mean by this diffusion? Always diffusion means it is traveling from one concentration to the another concentration. If I take this chalk paste which is there in the solid state, it is not going to move from one place to another place until I apply the force. But when you pour a water on the floor, what happens? It moves from one place to the another place, which is from high concentration to the lower concentration. So this is about the diffusion. Diffusion means it is traveling from one place to the another place, okay, by concentration. Don't forget that concentration, higher concentration to the lower concentration. Always if you pour the water on the floor, it starts, okay, moving from one place to the another place, means higher concentration to the lower concentration. So this is about the diffusion. But when I fall this chalk paste on the floor, it is not going to move from one place to the another place, because until I apply the force on that chalk paste. This is about the diffusion. So diffusion will be very less in the solids, because it is not moving from one place to the another place until I apply the force. But when it comes to the liquids, the diffusion will be moderate. It is not more, it is not less, because the water will be moving very slower than the gases, okay. So it is also moderate. Always remember that whatever properties I am discussing about the liquid, it is always moderate, because it is not a solid, it is not a gas. The liquid state will be in the middle. So whatever you discuss, compressibility, density, molecular force or molecular distance, everything will be in the middle. So moderate, you can remember easily, okay, by writing the liquid in the middle. Now last but not least, that is gaseous state. Gas, are you able to see the gas by your naked eye? No, but we can feel the gas. So since we are not able to see this gas, it is not having the fixed shape, and it is not also having the fixed volume. So we can tell that neither fixed volume nor fixed shape. Next, intermolecular distances are largest. As I told that intermolecular distance means the distance between the two molecules. But when it comes to the gas, it is very large, means the distance between two molecules, the two gaseous molecules are very less. Because of that reason only, gases can travel from one place to another place very easily, okay. What happens if the intermolecular distances are more? The weak of attraction will be very less. Means loosely packed. It is loosely packed. So since if you take the example with the same, compare with the magnets, here the intermolecular distances are largest, means the distance between the two gaseous molecules are very large. So automatically the distance are large, means what happens to the intermolecular force? It always less, okay. What about compressibility? Compressibility, already I have showed that without gas or liquid, I am able to compress this air very easily, okay, very even though I am closing this one, okay, even though I am closing the opening mouth, I closed it, okay, I am able to compress very easily, because now I am stopped escaping of this air from this syringe. Even though I stopped escaping the air, even though that I am able to compress very easily than the solids and liquid. So since force I am applying is less, so the compressibility will be high. As I mentioned, always force is inversely proportional to the compressibility. If you apply more force, the compressibility will be very less. If you apply very less force, the compressibility will be more. So since I am applying the less force on this syringe, the compressibility will be the high. Now when it comes to the density, density is least. Since the mass of the gas is very less, the density the mass occupying per unit volume is also less, so density is less. But when it comes to the diffuse, this is having the high diffusion than more diffusion than solids and liquid. Why? Because if you want to know what your mother cooking inside your kitchen, okay, you no need to go and check it from your bedroom only. If you smell with your if you smell with your nose, your nose, easily you can identify what your mother is cooking, because the air particles which are there, okay, surrounding us, going to travel from one place to another place, okay, through that air only, that smell, the water the vapors which are coming out of the curry or out of the whatever food it is, it moves from one place to another place. If you smell from the longer distance, you can easily feel what type of food she is going to prepare. So diffusion, because air is moving from one place to another place within fraction of seconds, we can tell that diffusion is more than the liquids and solids. These are the different properties of solids, liquids and gases. So I can show that how the molecules in how the intermolecular distance will be present in the solids, liquids and gases by using this model. So if you think, just imagine that I am having the one solid which is having the molecules like this. So since I told that the intermolecular distances are very less in the solids, it closely packed like this. Okay, so the distance between the two molecules, imagine that these balls are molecules of any solid. Okay, so the distance between the two molecules are very less. So these all are closely packed. So we can tell that the intermolecular distance is less, so only it is having the more intermolecular force, because it is having the less intermolecular distance. The distance between two molecules are very less, which are existing in the solid. So when it comes to the liquid, it is not closely packed, it is moderate. It is not having more distance, it is not having the less distance. So it is in middle, it is not having more distance, it is not having the less, it is moderate. So in between that. So like this, the liquid molecules will be, the intermolecular distance between liquid molecules exist. Okay, since it is moderate, the distance is moderate, the intermolecular force is also moderate in the liquid state. When it comes to the gaseous state, the intermolecular forces, the intermolecular distance, not forces, the intermolecular distance between the two gas molecules are largest, means the intermolecular distance will be more. So what happens automatically if the distance is more? Automatically the intermolecular forces will be less. This is about how the molecules are existing in the intermolecular distance are existing in the different states of the matter. Now I am coming to the fourth state of matter. What is that fourth state of matter? Okay, before going to discuss about the fourth state of matter, let us quickly recall the differences between the solid, gas and liquid. So if you see this table, as we discussed all the properties of the liquid, solid and gases before, if you see this table, mass, first one is the mass. Each and everything, gas is also having mass, and liquid is also having mass, and solid is also having the mass. How can I tell that gas is having the mass? Because if you take the balloon, okay, without blowing the air, and if you weigh it, it will be having the some 2 grams or 3 grams. After blowing the balloon, if you keep on this, if you weigh again, what happens? It increases its weight. So I can tell that this gas is also having the mass. Gas is also having the mass. Now when it comes to the shape, as I discussed, solid is having definite shape, means fixed shape. Okay, cylindrical chalk piece or globe, circular type of anything like a globe or whatever it is, and elliptical size of the shape of the egg. These all are solids which are having the fixed shape. When it comes to the liquids, as I showed that liquid is always fixing its shape whichever container you are taking. If I take the liquid in the water bottle, the liquid fix the shape of the container, whatever type of. If I am taking the liquid in the circular shape of bowl, it fixed circular shape of, because that the container which you are taking is in circular shape, so the liquid takes the circular shape. If the bowl which you are taking is in cylindrical shape, that takes a cylinder shape. So always liquid acquires the shape of the container. What about gases? Gases will not be having any shape. Even though it is having shape, we can't observe, because we cannot observe the gases with our naked eye. So I can tell that acquire the shape of, even if you don't observe the gas, if you take in the if you blow the balloon, okay, you can tell that the balloon is having the shape of the container. Okay, the gas is having the shape of the balloon. If you take that, if you take that gases inside the oxygen cylinder, whatever it is, the cylindrical shape the gases are having. But gases will not be having the fixed shape. If you release that, we can't even observe that. It moves from one place to the another place. When it comes to the volume, okay, we can say that solids are having definite volume and liquid is also having the definite volume. When it comes to the gases, it is not having the fixed volume, because we cannot able to fix it. We cannot able to fix the gases in the particular place. It starts moving from one place to another place, so we cannot observe the volume. When it comes to the compressibility, as I mentioned about, by using this syringe, compressibility will be very less in the solid, since I am applying the more force to compress. When it comes to the liquids, it is moderate, because I am applying little bit less force than the solids. But when it comes to the gases, I am applying the very less force. So since the force is inversely proportional to the compressibility, I am applying the less force on the gases. The gas is having the high compressibility. When it comes to fluidity means moving from one place to the another place. So it is not possible until I apply the force on the solids. As I mentioned, this stylus will be there in my hand until I apply the force. If I apply the force, it moves from one place to the another place. But when it comes to the gas and liquids, no need to apply any force. If you just pour a water on the floor, if you release the air, automatically it flows from one place to the another place. So these two are having the fluidity. When it comes to the solid, it is not having the fluidity. Okay, rigidity means fixing. It will not move from one place to the another place until I apply the force. Rigidity means it is staying on it is stable. Okay, it is stable. It is not moving from one place to another place until I apply the force. So this is known as rigidity. Okay, rigidity is high here. But when it comes to these two things, no rigid. It moves from one place to the another place. Diffusion, as I mentioned, the diffusion, it is moving from one place to the another place. Solid cannot move from one place to the another place. So diffusion will be slow. When it comes to liquid, it is fast. When it comes to the gases, it is very fast, because air can move from one place to another place within fraction of seconds. So only we are using the aeroplanes to save our time. Okay, so diffusion will be very less in the gases. Space between particles, as I mentioned, the space in the solid is very less, between the two molecules are very less. But when it comes to the liquids, it is moderate. When it comes to the gases, it is high, means large intermolecular distance. Well, again, force opposite to the intermolecular distance. If the distance is less, it is having the more force. As I mentioned, solids are having the intermolecular distance, less intermolecular distance, so it is having the more intermolecular force. These are moderate, so it is having the moderate intermolecular forces. Since the gases are having the more intermolecular distances, it is having the less intermolecular forces. So these are the three main differences between the solids, liquids and gases. But as I mentioned, there are 5 states of matter which we are observed in the world. What are those? Solid, liquid, gas. Fourth one is plasma. Fifth one is Bose-Einstein condensate. Okay, Bose-Einstein condensate. So these are about the daily life examples of states of matter. Every day you will be watching this type of states of matter in your daily life. But when it comes to the plasma and the Bose-Einstein condensate, it is very rare. It is very rare to observe. Don't think that these only 3 types of states of matter are existing on the earth. But it is not like that. There are 5 states of matter which are existing on the earth. Okay. Now fourth one is plasma. What is this plasma? Did you observe this plasma? You may think that no, I did not observe this plasma, but not. Every day you are observing the plasma state. From where you are observing? This is exist in the stars. This exists in the stars. Every day night or else in the morning time, sun is also an example for is also a star. So every day you are observing plasma, but you don't know about that. But plasma means it is a ionized gas state. What is this ionization? Splitting of ions. Splitting of ions is known as the ionized gas. When you take a bowl, it is not a bowl. When you take any container, okay, which is there in any shape, if you fill this container with any gas, neon gas or helium gas, anything, okay. Now if you pass electricity from this, if you pass an electricity, if you pass any electricity from this, okay, to this container, what happens now? The gas which is present inside that container starts, okay, ionizing, means it is splitting into the ions. When it splits into the ions, it starts the glowing. So same phenomena is also happening inside the stars, because inside the stars there will be noble gases like helium or neon which are present in the inside the stars. Okay, when the light is passing through that stars, okay, the gases which are present inside that stars start splitting inside, okay, starts ionizing, not splitting, starts ionizing. So automatically, as I mentioned, when it's ionized, it starts glowing. Because of that glowing, we are getting the sunlight in each and every day. That is known as the plasma. Plasma means it is a ionized gas state. Okay, ionized gas state. Plasma is also like gases only, because no, this light is not having an indefinite shape and it is not having any volume. So it is also like a gases. When it comes to the Bose fifth state, which is nothing but Bose-Einstein condensate. Bose-Einstein condensate, we can write it as a BEC. Okay, what is this Bose-Einstein condensate? Bose is an Indian scientist named S.N. Bose, Surendranath Bose, and Einstein is also, you might be familiar with this Einstein, okay, who discovered the theory of relativity. So these two scientists, okay, discovered this fifth state of matter known as the Bose-Einstein condensate. Bose-Einstein condensate. Okay, how you will get this Bose-Einstein condensate? See, solid, liquid, gas and plasma. These 4 are naturally occurred states. But when it comes to the Bose-Einstein, it is human-made state. Okay, we cannot observe this state of matter in the nature, in daily life. Means you cannot observe this type of matter in our daily life. Maybe it may be present in the universe, but we cannot observe in our daily life. Okay, so this is known as the human-made state. How we will get this state of matter? When you cool any gas to absolute zero temperature. What is absolute zero temperature? It is 0 Kelvin. If the gas is having 100 gas molecules in a container, if you cool it into the 0 Kelvin, which means absolute zero temperature, okay, all the molecules club together and it forms a club like a ball shaped molecule. Okay, ball shaped molecules. For example, if you think that these are the gas molecules, if I cool this gas to absolute zero temperature, what happens? These molecules are there, no? These all comes together and it forms a a ball shaped one single molecule which are known as superatom. It is known as superatom. But this single ball shaped atom cannot move from one place to the another place. It is a stable one. It is a stable one. So this is about the Bose-Einstein condensate. Okay, this is about the Bose-Einstein condensate. Bose-Einstein condensate means it is if you cool any gas to the absolute 0 degrees, not absolute 0 Kelvin temperature, 0 Kelvin, don't think that 0 degrees, it is 0 Kelvin temperature, you will get a superatom, that is known as the Bose-Einstein condensate. These are about the different, these are the 5 states of matter which the modern scientists have discovered on the basis of the physical nature, on the basis of the physical nature. What is this physical nature? Physical nature means about shape, size or volume, whatever. Okay, these all comes under the physical properties of any matter. So scientists have found these 5 states of matter in the world. Now, as I mentioned that the modern scientists which are discovered is also correct. As I mentioned before, the early Indian philosophers, with those who found the matters also correct. I am not going to tell that those early Indian philosophers are wrong, but not, because if you compare these 5 states of matter, solid, liquid, gas and Bose-Einstein and plasma with the 5 states of matter which are known as Panchbhut or Panchtattva, okay, sky. As I mentioned, in the sky what you can observe? Plasma. So plasma is sky. Earth, which is that? Solid, okay, because earth is a solid. And third one, liquid, water. Liquid state is water. And fire. Fire means it is, don't think that it's a fire, you take it as a temperature. Bose-Einstein, what they have done? They reduced the temperature and they found the 5th state of matter. Okay, like that 5 states of matter are similar to the modern scientists matter also, which they have found in the 20th century. Don't think that our modern Indians did not find anything, but they found so many things, but we don't know about that. Okay, we don't know about that. So modern scientists, what they are doing now? They started studying the early Indian philosophy or early Indian science, means science in ancient India or else in Greek, whatever, means early humans also having the scientific knowledge, but at that time there is no instruments, at that time no technology, so they did not store that knowledge, okay, in computers, whatever it is. So they stored in the books, but since those are books, it has damaged due to some reasons. So like, don't think that our early Indians or early humans are not having the scientific knowledge. Actually they are having the more scientific knowledge than the modern scientists. So modern scientists, those whatever they are discovering, first they are going to the early human scientific knowledge, then they are discovering the new one. Okay, for example, if you see this rockets and all, in early humans also they used this. Okay, they used so many instruments which in the early time, but we don't know about that because there is no evidence we found till now. Now this is about the different states of matter, how the different properties are having, okay, how these are existing on the earth. As I mentioned, these 5 states of matter are the basis of physical state of the matter, okay, physical nature. When it comes to the chemical nature, the matter is also still divided into 2 types, elements as well as mixture. That we will be going to discuss in the next class. First, okay, now everyone is facing, as you know that everyone are facing this pandemic situation because of the COVID-19 diseases. The primary duty is that sanitization, means we should wash our hands with the sanitizer. Okay, if you don't want to go out of the home, okay, you can also make the home sanitizer by using the chemicals. Okay, now I am going to tell you how to make the home sanitizer in your home by using the 4 chemicals. First we have to purchase 99% isopropyl alcohol, or okay, you can use surgical spirit. If you go to the medical shop, you can, if you ask them, they will give it, they will give you to you 99% alcohol which are known as surgical spirit. Surgical spirit. And hydrogen peroxide. How much it is? 3%. Hydrogen peroxide. If you want to glycerin, you can use the glycerin to feel soapy. And fourth one is water, which is pure. Which is pure. If you are having these 4 chemicals in your home, you can easily prepare the home sanitizer, which is having the more dilution than the sanitizer which is available in the medical shops. Because no, this coronavirus, okay, need some more than 80% of dilution of sanitizer to kill that. So I am going to tell you how to prepare this, okay, 85% of home sanitizer in your home. So first you take this alcohol in a bowl which is having the 70 ml, which is, okay, if you want to take 70 ml you can take, if you want to take 80 ml you can take, but it is, if you take 80 ml it will be good, because no, if you take 80 ml of surgical spirit in a bowl, the dilution will be more, then you can kill any virus. And inside that you take the 3 to 5 ml of the hydrogen peroxide. You mix that 5 ml of hydrogen peroxide to the alcohol. After that, immediately you mix the again 5 ml of glycerin or 3 ml of glycerin to the same bowl, okay. Inside that same container you should mix the glycerin also. Now finally, if you mix the 10 to 15 ml of water which is pure to the same amount of the 3 chemicals, then if you mix it properly for 1 minute, you will get the home sanitizer which is having more than 80% dilution. And this more than 80% dilution is according to the WHO standards, who has recommended to use more than 80% or 70%, which you will be using to prevent the COVID-19 disease. I hope you will be using this technique to prepare home sanitizer. Thank you all and stay safe in the home. Thank you.